You are now tuned in to Scam Artist TV, and this is a Trap Card. I'm your host, Paulthewysguy, and we are going to do a review today for Avengers: Age of Ultron. This movie was spectacular. I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. I had so much fun watching this movie. I was really happy to see that they were able to recapture the magic that started in the first Avengers film. Obviously, some of the things weren't going to be as great because this is a sequel and they have a lot to live up to because the first movie was, and in many people's eyes, one of the best comic book adaptations of all time. That said, we'll go ahead and get into our overall review on this film. So, guys, what were your initial impressions of the film? Like, some of you guys saw it once. I know Filip at least saw it twice. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start with Filip since you just saw it most recently.
Yeah, that shit was great. It just, even on second viewing, like the wow factor was diminished a little bit just because we saw so much awesome shit in the first Avengers. Plus, we saw Cap do awesome shit in Winter Soldier, whereas he was kind of, weak in first Avengers. You know what I'm saying, to me. But he was doing gangster shit in this movie. Him and Thor had some of the greatest fucking tag team greatness that you've fucking seen since like the Dudley Boys or some shit. Like, these motherfuckers were murking. Like, so it was dope. I like that they gave Scarlet Witch and my man Hulk, Bruce Banner, a little love story that I don't really think.
You mean Black Widow?
Oh yeah, but fucking Black Widow and Banner, I don't know if they ever really had any kind of love story at all within the comic mythos, but I don't care. I mean, it was dope. It was just dope seeing the two of them act off each other in that scenario. Like when it was Hulk and Scarlet, Black Widow, it was a little bit weirder. You know what I'm saying? But when it was just Banner, it was dope. Ultron was dope. Spader. Initially, on my first watching, I was like, yo, these motherfuckers making too many jokes. Everybody's a funny guy now. I don't like that shit. But, upon second viewing, I think that it was kind of evenly distributed. And I guess I just have to accept the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is not the funniest motherfucker in the movie this time. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, for me, it was Don Cheadle, but
Word.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was overall it was dope, man. Action was dope. They gave everybody some good screen time this time and shit. Like, Hawkeye got way more developed this time than last movie. Even the flashbacks, or the mental shit that Scarlet Witch did, where you got to see like Black Widow's backstory. Like, I didn't even know this shit about her. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's movie only or if that's like actually accurate how she is in the comics. But anyway, you got some in-depth stuff with them, and it was dope. I mean, I don't want to take everybody's time, but the movie was a win.
Earth, what about you?
I thought this movie was fantastic. There was a lot of things, like, I didn't really like the love story between the Hulk and Black Widow because it really wasn't all that developed, and you really didn't see how this came about. And for me personally, I thought she was all into Steve Rogers after watching Winter Soldier, and so it just seemed. And and after the first Avengers, maybe I thought she was into Hawkeye, but then you find out, Hawkeye's backstory, so she can't, I guess she's not into Hawkeye that much. But I liked it. I liked, I liked the Hulkbuster Iron Man Hulk fight scene. That was good. I thought the opening scene was probably one of the best opening scenes I've ever seen in my life. That was just a perfect way to open a movie. It was awesome. A couple things I didn't like. I didn't like the red herring Baron von Strucker was, who became essentially worthless after they killed him off. Same with Quicksilver. I was like really bummed about that. That like really bummed me out. But yeah, the fresher shoes too. I really need to find those Reeboks, man.
we need them Quicksilver kicks.
Yeah, but yeah, it was all pretty good. I like that the Hawkeye got more time, and yeah, I like that they brought in other people like War Machine and stuff. And I didn't like how they cut off Cap before he could say Avengers Assemble. That I didn't like.
At what point was he going to say that?
Right at the end scene. Because like when Falcon lands and War Machine's there and Vision's there and Scarlet Witch is there, he goes Avengers and then they cut to black. Like right as he's going to say Assemble. I was like, oh, come on. And then the after scene was, yeah, okay.
All right. Twan.
Alright, so I'm going to say this. Alright. This had to be the greatest cinematic masterpiece I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is like Goodfellas move over, Godfather move over, Shawshank Redemption move over. You know what I mean? Citizen Kane, Singing in the Rain, all that move over. Avengers, Age of Ultron is the greatest cinematic masterpiece I've ever seen. I've seen that in 3D IMAX, right? So, mind you, it's more of the build up to it. I hated the first Avengers. I hated all the MCU besides Winter Soldier. And I actually like Thor Dark World, so, whatever. But, yeah, I didn't like any of the movies leading up to the Avengers. So now, I watch Avengers, watch, Age of Ultron. I'm drunk as hell in the movie theater. And I'm like, yo, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's in 3D. It's mad stuff happening. Hulk is murking Hulkbuster, just beating on Hulkbuster. It was dope. I was happy about that. Like, son, he was like a monkey. It was great. It's like
he really was, bro.
Yeah, he was like a monkey. I was like, wow, this like they making my man Hulk look crazy as hell. But but James Spader was the greatest idea that they could have did for a villain, all because he is a natural witty ass guy, and like especially if you've seen Blacklisted, definitely what made the role worth it. It made whatever amount of money I spent there worth it. I might go see that again probably within this week. Like I may see that movie like 4 more times. Keep it a buck, because that movie was mad fun. I had so much fun watching that movie.
Yeah. So here, let me give my thoughts. A couple of things were just awesome. I feel sorry for anyone who's not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or did not watch Agent Carter, the series, because you got to miss. Unfortunately, you missed a bunch of connections to both of those series and how Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole is just really connected and thought through. So leading up to this movie, the episodes for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Were all going towards the direction of them finding out the information that led the Avengers to find Strucker. So they even had a tie-in by having one of the characters who's on a Hydra personnel be in the film to tie Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers together. It was pretty cool. So seeing that happen and come to fruition like that was an amazing thing. It's just like one of these little tidbits that you get from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you just won't be able to get elsewhere. So that was really cool. It was also cool because of the backstory that we got on Black Widow. Actually, was another tie-in for Agent Carter, because we learned that in Agent Carter, that's how they developed these femme fatales, basically. And that's how Black Widow's character came to be. So that was a really cool connection that made there, too. And it was also good to just see them like place Agent Carter back in the Avenger stream, so to speak, for Steven. So that was cool. But let's just go ahead. I want to piggyback off of what David said about the opening scene. The opening scene was so dope. Like, I loved how you could tell that they have been going on missions together. They have been doing this for a while. And that'll take me into my point about the Widow-Hulk relationship not uh, um, uh, seeming rushed by people or whatever. I felt that the relationship did not feel rushed or out of nowhere at all because you could tell based on the lullabies and based on the little interactions that they were having that this has been something that's been building up. I mean, we need to know as an audience that what we were seeing on screen was just a continuation. I mean, not just a continuation of them from one movie to the next movie, because you can tell that they've already had other missions in between them. Thor and Iron Man even made mention that, oh, this is, I'm sorry, Thor and Cap even made mention that this is the last of Hydra that we have to take out, and this is the last of the, what's it, Chitauri? Who did they say, Dave?
Yeah, the Chitauri stuff that they still had.
Okay, cool.
From the first one.
So basically, they have been taking out little camps like this all over, and I think that's what the Theta Protocol was related to too. All the little individual missions that Coulson was working on may have been related to helping out the Avengers get to what they needed to have done. Also, I want to talk about that a little bit later too. But anyway, they have been doing these missions. I love the lullaby thing. The lullaby thing was really cool way in Code Green. So is it a Code Green? Do we need a Code Green? When they kept doing that, that was dope for me. And when they were like, all right, Widow, we need a lullaby over here. That was dope. Like, it just shows how the teamwork was really there. I agree with Flip that all the little interactions that Thor and Cap were doing during the combat scenes were amazing. They did everything shy of doing a fastball special a la X-Men, and it would have been cool if they did that too. But I just like how they were working off of each other. You know, Cap would put a shield up, Thor would hit it with the hammer, bad guys fly, scatter everywhere. Just greatness. So a few things that I wanted to discuss about the film. Quicksilver versus Quicksilver. One, you know, we had Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, and my concern was the Quicksilver in this film was not going to be as good. In retrospect, I feel that this Quicksilver is better than that Quicksilver. I do feel like the Quicksilver from Days of Future Past was cooler in the sense that, you know, what they demonstrated or what they showed of him was a really cool scene and interaction. And do I feel the Quicksilver in this film had anything on that level of epicness? No. But this Quicksilver was fleshed out really well for the brief amount of time that he was in this film. Well, not brief. I mean, he had a sizable role in the film. But I really like what they did with Quicksilver here, and I'm glad that they did it that way. It was more accurate to the character. He had the accent. He had the mannerisms and the overall just look of him. He was Quicksilver. He was Pietro. He wasn't like the other guy from the other film who felt more like a Flash spoof, so to speak. So that's one thing. So the second thing I want to talk about was Falcon. Man, this is the second time I feel like they missed the opportunity with Falcon. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, he's not really like a Flash. I mean, he's a Flash clone in the sense that he's a speedster, but he's not a Flash clone in the sense that he's supposed to mimic him. Like his characteristics were much more like the one they demonstrated in this film than what in Days of Future Past. That said, Falcon. So they had another aerial combat scene, and this is another time where they could have introduced Falcon and gave him some screen time when they brought out War Machine, and yet they didn't do it again. I mean, did you guys not have an issue with that? I mean, maybe I'm the only one who had an issue with that. But when War Machine came out up behind the helicarrier, I was like, man, oh, is Falcon gonna be there too? No, no Falcon. So yeah.
I mean, dog, can't have all them blacks being all aerial and shit.
Hey, this could have been the Tuskegee Airmen times.
Oh, of the Ultron age.
Yeah, this could have been Red Tails Age of Ultron.
Oh my God, horrible. No, I mean, like I that would have been dope. But I feel like, you know, Falcon just got introduced in Winter Soldier. The fact that he was in this movie at all is still is a bonus. I'm a big Anthony Mackie fan, but I can see why War Machine got more time than did Falcon. One, Falcon is like, you know, he's a motherfucker. He looks dope in the movie, but he's a motherfucker with tremendous wings and 2 fucking machine guns and shit. He ain't got no armor. Like, this dude will get murked fucking around with the Ultron robots, I feel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know, without like some kind of an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it may.
If that's the case, Widow falls in the same category.
Widow should have been dead like 7 times in this movie. Cap should have been dead, taking fucking full Ultron blast to the chest like a thug. No, dog. Yeah. You should have been resting in peace, my dude. Civil War over.
Yeah.
I will. I like the this. I remember that scene where they were at Hawkeye's house, and I was feeling that with the whole him ripping the log in half. Like, that was actually, like, I love that. I love the, you know, the Cap and Tony Stark exchange. It really, you know, I think it's going to bring a big light to how Civil War is going to be dope. Like, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to now.
Yeah, no, that was dope, even though, once again, they fucking shot themselves in the foot for me by showing that shit like 4 months ago. Yeah. But what I was going to say, I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of wishy-washy on Cap being such a fucking badass physically. This motherfucker tossing Hydra agents far as fuck. Meanwhile, Thor hits him with the fucking hammer. This motherfucker he goes like, you know, I don't know, half a foot forward or some shit. Like, I was like, son, Thor should be home running these motherfuckers out the park every fucking time he hits anybody. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Cap, strong as fuck, rips logs in half, does all kind of gangster shit.
Yeah, I think I get where you like coming from, because when Cap put his shield up and Thor hit the hammer and it sent all those dudes flying back, and like Cap was just like unfazed.
Right, he didn't even have like, damn, my arm, my dude, or nothing like that. He was like, yeah, dog, World War II, science,
beast. Like,
you know,
I agree with that.
Something I really liked, real quick, about the movie was I liked all the jokes they made about Hawkeye being worthless onto the team. How they made a few jokes about the last movie about him being brainwashed the whole time. They made like quite a few jokes about it, and I liked that.
They shitted on him the entire time, even though he's probably more valuable than fucking Black Widow.
The watch your language joke was actually
that
funny.
Shit was funny too. Everybody on Cap.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But
and the fucking Thor hammer shit. The fucking, what is it, Mjolnir? I don't know how to fucking pronounce that.
Mjolnir,
yeah.
Meow meow.
I like how that's what we call it here in my home. Meow meow. But I like when Vision grabbed the hammer.
And everybody's look.
Because like it was like it made so much sense now why like that scene was so relevant to the film earlier when they were all trying to pick it up, because now later it was all about him being worthy. And when they were going back and forth in that scene and they were like fighting each other, they were literally at each other's throats over the creation of this dude. And then Thor came in and was just like, let me lightning charge and you're born. And then he was just like, how do we know that we can trust this dude? And he was like, you don't know. And then he just walks over there and picks up the hammer like, oh, that's how we know. That's how we know.
No, he smacked the shit out of Ultron with that fucking hammer, dog.
Yeah, he did.
Vision did?
Yeah, Vision. He smacked the shit out of him with that shit. Like at the end, remember when he was getting fake choked by fucking Ultron, and he was like, I'm running out of things to say, and Vision comes through, mollywops the fuck out of Ultron.
Yeah. I forgot about it.
Yeah, he hands him the shit, and it's the joke about the fucking. It's terribly well balanced or some shit like that. And
Oh,
he's,
so he's like, yeah, it's good, so he can swing it.
Yeah, I like that joke.
So there was one thing I did see. Remember, you remember the whole like the Majonair test, and they were trying to lift it. All right, so the cool thing I did like was how Cap he wiggled it a little bit, like
Yeah,
it
it
nudged
moved.
yeah,
it.
yeah, that was dope.
So what I'm hoping is that in Civil War, or or in a new, or even in Infinity Wars,
Yeah, that's what
we'll
I'm trying
have
to
it where like we'll have that happen.
I don't know. Does Cap ever lift the hammer in the comics?
Yes, he has.
I know Hulk has lifted it with sheer force because he's great.
He's wielded it. He's just wielded it for I think it was like a couple of issues. He definitely wielded it.
That I gotta see
In
that.
one
shit.
of the new comics, it's like Cap and Devil Dinosaur on Planet Hulks, and Cap has Mjolnir. So
That just sounds ridiculous. I have to read it.
I know.
So, all right, let me get back to Widow and Hulk. The scene at the farm was like Flip said, it was amazing, bro. Like this is a type of thing that like you for a minute I forgot I was watching a comic book film because the acting in that scene was so strong from both actors, and we really got to see that the depth of the Widow character. And this is what I've been wanting out of these films for a minute now, between Hawkeye and Black Widow and Hulk. You just don't get a lot of depth out of those characters in the film, or at least in Avengers. I mean, obviously in the Hulk standalone film, you get to see what his struggles are as a person. But that scene between Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson was just amazing. And just think about this. Years ago, when people would watch comic book movies, they would never expect to see any type of like weight or depth in a film like this. They're like, "Oh, this is a comic book story about comic book characters, and they don't really matter." And like now, we just seeing like powerful actors giving powerful performances, and probably the most heartfelt scene within the entire movie.
Shout out to fucking Scarlett Johansson, motherfucker. Nobody's in that lane but her.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to concede to you now on that because we had a discussion before that, and I said that I've never seen her do what I thought was just greatness. I always felt like what she delivered was good. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't think it was great, and I just feel like that moment was like one of those moments where I kind of was like, yep, there it is. That's greatness right there. So yeah, I'll concede to that.
My God, it's the end of the world. Hide.
All right, so all right. Well, overall, this was an epic movie. I really feel like them setting up things for the future of the Avengers was kind of interesting because basically everybody left, and you get to see this whole new team. So there was Thor, there's Thor left, Tony left, and Hulk left, and you're like, well, all right, well, dang, the team is over. What, you know what I'm saying? So, but then they have this whole new team. So shoot, the blacks are taking over almost at this point. Yeah, so which was kind of funny. So I like the new team. It was kind of weird to me that Vision stuck around though, and didn't go with Tony. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he has any.
I don't think he has. I don't feel like he has any ties to Tony. Like he didn't have any kind of fucking closeness. Like I felt like he was closer to Thor the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even. There was almost no interaction between him and Tony. To me.
Or maybe it's like Ultron. Ultron was created by Tony, but he doesn't really care for Tony. And maybe
I don't even know if he doesn't care for Tony because, that scene when they were doing the arms deal. And shout out to Andy Serkis, the dude who fucking does Gollum in the fucking Lord of the Rings movies and shit. Dude, yeah, your man Schmeagol, dog. Your man, I didn't even recognize this dude.
I didn't either.
I was like, son, where do I know this fucking guy?
He
dog,
was
yeah, I was like, dog, he'll fuck Frodo up.
Hey, Frodo don't want them hands, bro.
No, you don't, dog. Oh, that's who Claw is. But no, what was I? I was trying to. What was I saying? Oh, that scene. When
when he
when
was
he was
made the
talking all that
connection
shit.
with Tony.
Well, right, yeah, and he got so fucking mad, and then he said all that shit, and then Tony comes in and is like, oh, you're gonna break your old man's heart, and he was like, if I must. It was almost on some, Father, I will kill you if I have to. Not even on some, I really want to kill you, Dad, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he has some kind of familial something towards Stark. It don't matter now though.
What?
I think they killed him off.
Now,
Hopefully not.
the one thing I want to know. All right, so you know how how Tony Stark has the extremists, like he'll get the extremists, but in Iron Man 3, we see that the extremist project is not exactly how it is in the comic. So with that being said, is it the way that the way they built up Jarvis at the end of towards the end of Avengers, they made it seem like he was trying to get rid of, the Ultron software. Like, are they going to make him that OP? Like by the time we get to Civil War, or by the time that we get to Infinity Wars, I felt like that was a good thing of making like Jarvis a really big forefront in that, for their team, not only just for Tony, but for the team itself.
Shout out to Friday.
I thought it was really cool to see a female voice. So Friday was a cool addition to the Iron Man suit. As far as like things go with Tony though, like what do y'all think he's going from here? Because I was kind of unsure as to what was going on, like why he was leaving in general. Like even if Thor left and Hulk left, why is Tony leaving?
I mean,
well, remember Civil War is going to happen. So doesn't he do that thing where he basically doesn't he do that thing in the Civil War comic where he basically like disrupts like the Earth in some fashion? Like he like almost drills a hole into the Earth. He clones Thor. I thought it was that he used something to like hit the Earth's core just to see if he could. Like it was some ridiculous mess.
I mean, I don't know. I know he does clone Thor. That'd be dope if he does that.
I'd have to check it again, but I think it's at a point at the end of Age of Ultron when Tony's leaving. He says something about going to the government to work on the registration act for the heroes or something like that.
I don't think he says that at all. From what I just saw,
I read that somewhere in a review that somebody said.
Oh, okay. Now I don't recall him saying anything.
That's what I said. I don't recall him ever saying that, but
the only thing I remember him saying when he was leaving is he's gonna fucking start a farm with Pepper or some shit. And I thought he was gonna make a Pepperidge Farms joke, but he didn't, so I was sad. But
all right, so here's an interesting thing. So Filip.
Yeah.
Now that you've seen this film twice, did you look at the Hulk versus the Hulkbuster fight a little bit differently now, or how you see it?
Yeah, I did, because I just felt like initially I saw it, I was like, yo, like Tony is he's almost sunning Hulk a little bit, because like Hulk was like some wild fucking beast, which is not too far away from when he's in control. But out of control, he was just like on some, I'm gonna tear your shit up. But he wasn't using like a lot of anything tactical or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought like Tony was unjustly just standing toe to toe with this motherfucker, even though Hulk eats Hulkbuster fucking suits, for all of the fucking meals. But upon second viewing, I thought it was extremely well done. It was like you had said, he was tearing that suit apart, like the entire time almost. So Tony had to really like act fast, and luckily he found that abandoned building and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just happened to be there.
I still don't like the sucker punch, because I feel like, what is that? Is that really? I don't know. I feel like it takes like something like Mirror to fucking hit this motherfucker to knock him out if he's not, or Thanos, somebody of that level. So I didn't really like a Hulkbuster fist was able to steal off and knock him out. But
I disagree with that.
Hold on, but isn't the Hulkbuster is designed by both him and Banner?
And
I mean, of
Yeah.
course, it is.
It has comparable strength, is what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Imagine Hulk being punched by Hulk or sucker punched by Hulk. Basically it's about the same level.
But I don't agree because he did the fucking Rock'em Sock'em Robot shit like 20 fucking times. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, but those are
go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
But it's definitely easier to get.
I mean, I don't know.
Knocked out. It's easier to get KO'd by a blindside, is what I'm saying.
Of course. Yeah, in any situation. But I'm just like, would that really happen to Hulk? But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, also he had just got through, taking him through an entire skyscraper too. So I mean
he didn't really look affected by that. He was more affected, I think, by witnessing the people running in fear and shit. I think it was a combination of the two. I think that taking him to the skyscraper that exhausted him, and then when he started coming to, so to speak, and he looked at the people, he was just like, what the and caught that one for the team. He took it for the team.
The jackhammer punches was hilarious though when he said, "Oh no." This is great.
He said, go to sleep. Hey, nobody could tell me that Tony didn't. That was like the funniest moment in the movie to me. Go to sleep. Like, that was just hilarious for me. Like, even throughout the Cap jokes and all the other things that were, that to me was just like the funniest thing. So let's talk about the cutscene real quick, and then we can wrap this up. Thanos picks up the Infinity Gauntlet and says, "I got to do it myself." I wasn't that moved by this. I mean, it's still cool to see it, but I wasn't like wowed. Like, I felt like at this point we've seen Thanos so many times now that that I'm almost expecting a little more. But
we saw some bullshit representation of him.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
listen. If unless Thanos literally kills everybody, unless he kills everybody in the MC, unless he kills everybody in Marvel, I don't like. I'm gonna feel like it was pointless to show him the many times that they have shown. The amount of times that they have showed him was kind of pointless now. Because now it's like,
they're building him up to be that dude.
But they also let us know. Like, I think that was another thing. Like the director even went on record to say, "Hey, wait till the middle of the credits and you'll see him."
He didn't say you'll see him. He was just like, "There's no end scene." When did Joss Whedon say that? All he said was, "There's not going to be an end." He just said, as far as I recall from my reading, he said there's not going to be an end of credit scene. There's only going to be a mid credit scene.
And then everybody else kind of. All right, you're right. He didn't say it was Thanos, but the fact that he just mentioned saying that is not going to be an end of credit scene, but he alluded to saying that there's going to be something happening in the credits. That's my thing.
I mean, yeah, but like at this point, that's par for the course. Like, we know that's going to happen.
It's happened in every single movie so far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that's a big deal.
Because I just want Thanos I want Thanos because now I'm sorry, David. Go ahead.
I was just saying I'm not going to count Captain America since it was just a trailer for Avengers. As their after credit scene or their mid credit scene.
All right. Well, yeah. Like ultimately, like I said, it's not a big deal. We've seen it so many times before. So